This is Larry Warden here. We've all been affected by the pandemic and lockdown, but I think the effect has been the strongest here in our long-term care homes in Renfrew County, like Miramichi Lodge I'm standing in front of, and our other long-term care and retirement homes. I'd like to take a more in-depth look at how the management and staff are dealing with the pandemic and lockdown.
Talking to Shelley Sheedy, who is the Director of Long-Term Care for Renfrew County. Shelley, thanks for joining us today. And I'd like to ask you, what has been the effect of the pandemic lockdown on your residents and staff in the two long-term care homes you're in charge of?
So yes, I'm the Director of Long-Term Care for Bonnechere Manor in Renfrew and Miramichi Lodge in Pembroke. So in terms of the impact, I'll start with the residents first. Thanks to our staff, the residents continue to receive, the same high quality care that they are accustomed to receiving pre-pandemic. But of course, all of our efforts right now are definitely focused on safety for the residents. There was a long period of time where absolutely nobody but staff were allowed in the home. And, at that time, we started to do things like virtual visits. And, it's amazing how the technology was there. We could have been doing this for years. And, I think of those families that live out of town, out of province, out of country. And not to say it didn't happen as one-offs, but it wasn't something that we offered. We just, really, because we were just so accustomed to our doors being wide open and families being welcome any time of the day or night. And so, now we, terms like virtual visits and window visits and all of those kinds of things, that's the norm. And, really making attempts to link up with the school kids and, they send pictures and videos and just all of those ways we can continue to bring the community into the long-term care home. One, everybody's wearing masks the minute they walk into the building. Our staff wear it continuously throughout their shift, and the same as eye protection. They're uncomfortable. They're not that nice to wear, especially for the frontline staff. They have very physical jobs. And, even in the middle of the winter, it can feel very warm in here when you're, providing personal care. So, kudos to them. They get screened at the start and end of every shift. They're tested regularly. Right now with the provincial lockdown, that means every week. And I guess, in summary, it's just adapting to constant change. We realize it's necessary. The virus has changed. The information, the knowledge, the research is changing as this pandemic goes on. Somebody's likened it to trying to build a plane while you're flying it. And so it's just the fact that our staff have adapted to that. And I'm in complete awe of how well they have done. And the last thing I want to say on this, Larry, if I could, is I just want to make a special mention of our management team. Sometimes they're the unsung heroes behind the scenes. They're not maybe seen by everybody, but they're the ones that make sure we have staff every day, and that the staff are educated on the latest information, with respect to PPE, personal protective equipment, and how to safely take it on and off, and all of the changing protocols. Make sure we have the equipment and the supplies in place. So I really want to recognize them too. Right. I mean, I know I personally have never been more thankful to live in Renfrew County as I have during this last year, and I hope I never take it for granted again. And, we're going to get it done. And I can't wait for the second vaccine to be over. And, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. And hopefully everyone in the community will take advantage of getting the vaccine, and will develop that herd immunity, and we can get back to life as normal.
Yeah. Well, that was great, Shelley. Thank you so much for your information and leaving us with optimism too. There's better days ahead, that's for sure, to get back to some kind of normalcy. And it's a lot to do with the work that you're doing and all our frontline workers and the health units. So we really appreciate it. So Shelley, this was great. Thanks so much for your time, and